Hi, Scorpio. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what's going on between you and your person for this week. Okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay. Ooh, let's go ahead and get started. Ooh, the cards are just jumping out of the deck. You or your person, or both of you, really want to tell your story this week. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Let me do this. Okay, the overall energy for this week's reading is the King of Cups. Okay, for me, this is Cancer. So it's a water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So you may have Cancer placements, or your person may have, or you could also have Pisces placements as well, because you're Scorpio. So this is about your balance, like you becoming balanced, you balancing out both sides of your personality, and balancing out your emotion with your logic. Okay, underneath this we've got the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is talking about the need to make a choice. Okay, there could be some things that you're not wanting to see about this connection, but there's going to be somebody else coming in, and you're going to need to take that blindfold off and be very discerning. This could also be your person needing to make a decision, because they could be messing around with somebody else. So we're going to look deeper into the connection and see what's coming up. Okay, then we've got the Four of Swords. This is like the mini hermit for me, but in this card, this person looks like they're dead to me for some reason. But with this Four of Swords, yeah, because and we're at a cemetery. So I feel like with this Four of Swords, somebody is using this energy, like, in order to heal, like to have a come to Jesus moment, to step into the transformation of who they really are. But also with the Four of Swords, the Four of Swords can talk about rest. It can talk about taking a break. I feel like you've been through a lot, Scorpio, and for you this is a situation of that. And you're also transforming, because that's all we do all throughout our life, all throughout our lives, right? Death, transformation, and rebirth. Death, transformation, and rebirth. Death, transformation, and rebirth. That's what we do, right? And then underneath this is the Knight of Swords. So I feel like you're walking away from this situation, and so is your person may be doing the same thing as well. But we're going to take like I said, a closer look, a deeper look, and see what's happening, because the Knight of Swords can talk about somebody coming in, but it can also talk about someone coming out, getting out. But I feel like for you, you're leaving. Your person may be, now that you're leaving, your person may be coming in to try to come after you. All right, because look, we got the Chariot. So there's some things happening really quickly, because this is one of the quickest knights, the Knight of Swords. And then the chariot talks about quick movement as well. This is about overcoming obstacles. So it could be your person may be overcoming some things in order to come in towards you. We're going to take a look at it, because underneath that chariot was the Emperor. That's Aries energy. Okay, let's clarify this King of Cups. King of Cups. Okay, so for you, it's what I said. You are isolating yourself. Okay, I feel like this person like really did a number on you. Okay, they really fucked things up. I'm going to tell you, Scorpio to Scorpio, they really messed things up between the both of you. And I feel like you've been doing a lot of soul searching, really trying to reevaluate your life and evaluate certain things. And you're just taking the time to do that. And also, I always call it wound licking, because I'm like this. When something happens, the first thing I want to do is run off into my room by myself and just take time to really think about what happened and think about what my next move is. Okay. So for your person's looking for forgiveness. Okay. They may feel like they need to do some forgiving as well, but I feel like they're wanting your forgiveness, because they're really starting to see the consequences of their actions. Okay, we're going to pull one more card for this. Maybe another one after this. Let me get this one first. Yeah, see, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so these are destined events. These things were fated to happen. Okay, we don't, we don't like that. We know we're not in control of this connection. Everything's being divinely guided. So everything that's happening here is happening as it's supposed to be. Okay, let me get one more because I want Spirit to just tell us a little bit more about this. Hold on. Go through it again. Okay. Okay, so it says the dragonfly, lighthearted and adaptable, finding out and change, things come into light and heal. So you may have found out some information about this person, about your person, or this could be a situation where you're about to do that because everybody's at a different point in this reading. Okay. Then we've got the clock, needing time, cycles, and takes time to heal, progressing. So your person, I feel like it's taking time to heal, and I feel like that's what you're doing as well with the clock. And I feel like you need time to do that so that you come out in the best energy you need to come out in order to make your decisions. Okay. All right. So the card that represents you is the Five of Pentacles. Okay. This is feeling left out in the cold. So like I said, I just feel like I get it. I get an image of somebody pulling down their pants and mooning someone else. So that's why I keep saying, this person showed their ass. They showed their ass to you with this Five of Pentacles energy, and you're feeling left out in the cold. I feel like you tried to love this person. You did the best you knew how, and that's what they did. They just laughed, laughed and acted like it was nothing, or treated you like they, as I've said before, they're blaming you for being exactly what it is that they wanted. Okay. And you are choosing yourself with this Five of Pentacles card. Okay. You are realizing that you've had enough. You are listening to your intuition. Okay. You may be keeping some stuff in, but I feel like you're listening to your intuition when it comes to this situation. And you are choosing to walk away. It says choosing yourself and walking away out of self-respect, knowing your value and self-worth. And this is what you're supposed to do. So bravo, Scorpio, bravo. I know it sucks. It don't feel good, but you got to do what's best for you. Okay. And then for those of you, those of you that are wanting or contemplating on getting back together with this person, that's what you need to do in order to make them, step into the energy of making the changes that they need to make. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, see, the phoenix rising out of the ashes. This is us. This is all us. So a new phase. Okay. You're rekindling, renewing, growth, changed mind, rising from the ashes. So I feel like, you went down in flames when it came to this connection, right? But it wasn't your fault. Okay. I feel like you were a victim of this thing that, that happened with you. But you're gonna rise up. I know you're going through your moment where you're taking time for yourself, but when you come out, it's gonna be a good day, a new day for Scorpio. Okay. Then we've got wedding rings. So union and marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, devotion. So for those of you that aren't aware, there's somebody new coming. And the new person that's coming is gonna be all about the shit that the old person wasn't. Okay. So this is gonna be somebody that wants to marry you, that wants to commit to you, that's gonna take this relationship with you seriously. But you have to take this time that you're in isolation to purge and heal the things that have happened between you and this twin, because it was like some deep pain, some deep hurt that happened to you when this person did to you, because nobody can push your buttons like your twin. And I feel like this person, when they show in the movies, like a little kid goes into the elevator with the adult, and then right when the doors close, they put their hands up and push all the buttons, and the door is like, oh my God, I can't believe you do that. So they have to ride and get up. The elevator has to open the doors at every floor. I feel like that's what this person did to you. They came into your life and they pushed all of your damn buttons at one time, and you just flipped the hell out, and you had every right to, because you weren't expecting this. Like I said, nobody understands how deep and how painful a twin flame connection can be. unless they've gone through it, because these connections, as I've said before, they can take you down if you're not vigilant and you're not strong. But one thing, like I said, you the one sign in all of this that I know can, if anybody can get through this shit, it's a damn Scorpio, because that's all we do is go through things where people do things, and then we got to die and be reborn, die and be reborn as a new person. We've gone through transformation so many times in our lives that even though this is one of the hardest transformations for you to go through, my money, if anybody told me to bet on any sign in the zodiac, my money would always be on Scorpio. Okay. All right. Then we've got seduction. It says attraction, teasing, hooking up, and dating. And this also says third party temptation. So I feel like this could be hinting for those of you with the other person that they're in a third party. We've talked about this before, and I feel like for a lot of you, there is, Spirit is giving me the word majority. For the majority of you, there is a third party. But this attraction and teasing and hooking up and dating, or the dating part, I feel like this is talking about the new person that's coming in, because I told you, you got somebody that got their eye on you, Scorpio. Okay. And I feel like maybe a lot of you may not be ready to move into something with somebody else, but this will be someone who will take their time with you. So if it's a situation where you would be interested in getting into something with someone else, but you're still trying to get over this other person, I feel like this person would understand. Okay. All right. All right. So when it comes to your person, the twin, the card we have for them is the Eight of Cups. So they're walking away from something. Let's see what it is they're walking away from. Okay, Eight of Cups, please, Spirit. Eight of Cups. Okay. Okay. So this person is, they feel you walking away from them, that you've walked away from the situation, right? So now they're in the stalemate energy here. It says stuck and stagnant, no growth or development. All right. But I feel like there is a ray of hope. There is some type of healing that's going on, because this person is starting to feel worthy. They could be stuck in a situation they could have been stuck in a situation with somebody, like some type of third party thing, and that's of their own making. Because I'm not, pulling out the violin for them, trying to feel bad for them, because whatever bed they're laying in, they made it, so they got to lay in it. Okay. So let me see what Spirit is saying. Okay. Spirit gave me the star. That's what fell, Aquarius energy. Okay, so you may have those placements, or your person may have, but it fell like this. And when it falls like this, both sides apply to this connection or to this situation. So what Spirit is saying is that your person got what they wished for, and it ended up being a test of faith. Okay, so this is about them trying to go after somebody else, thinking that this person was going to be better than you, or that whatever feelings they had for you, they could duplicate those feelings and put them on to another person. But what happened was, this ended up being a hopeless situation with a lot of negativity, a lot of boredom, and a lack of inspiration. Because remember, I've always told y'all, this person, you inspire this person. I feel like they admire your strength and the type of person you are. It don't matter how stupid they acting. Okay. They in that ego and the prideful energy, but this person, they sit and they watch you. They have these feelings for you. They admire you. And I feel like whoever the hell they were with in the third party situation is the complete antithesis of who you are. Okay. All right. Put it the way it was, sideways. Okay. So when it comes to the energy between the both of you, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. And I feel like this is talking about both of you individually working on yourselves with this card. Okay. I feel like you may be focusing on your passions, Scorpio, and trying to move forward from this situation, because I feel like you really did get your heart broken. Because before I started this reading, one of these decks that I have down here had the Three of Swords at the top. Okay. So yeah, you're learning how to step into your confidence, how to put on your superhero outfit. Okay. Because this is who you really are. All right. Everybody may see this, but deep down inside, this is who you are. Okay. Okay, when it comes to your person, yeah, see, they're stuck in that pride. They're stuck in that pride. But let me tell you this. Okay, it says afraid to take action for fear of embarrassment or shame, has difficulty apologizing. So they're still, they had a little ray here of feeling worthy. And I feel like, if they've walked away from this person, that's why they're walking away, because they're realizing that they're putting up, they're settling and putting up with a lot of bullshit, unnecessary bullshit. So they're moving out of that energy, but they're still stuck in that pride. Okay, see, because look at the bottom of the deck, it says moving. Okay, these are cards that I shuffled right before I started reading for you. And a lot of times the things on the bottom, yeah, see, pause. So a lot of things on the bottom apply to what's going on here. Okay, all right. So I feel like you are pulling back and you are focusing on your intuition. All right, you're following your intuition, letting your guides guide you throughout this connection. Okay. All right. When it comes to the outcome, we've got the Sun card. This is Leo energy. Okay. And it is talking about happiness. It's talking about a soulmate. So like I told you, there is somebody coming for you, Scorpio. You may be in the pits of despair right now, but Spirit is sending someone to you that's going to make you very happy if you decide to be with them. Okay. When you come out of your isolation, when you come out of your hermit mode and you rise from the ashes, this person is going to be waiting for you. Okay. All right. Let's clarify the Sun. Oh, let me get a card. Let me get a card for the Eight of Pentacles first, and then we'll move back on to the Sun. I want to see what else Spirit wants to tell us about this. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, we've got the Ship. So this is talking about cutting ties and moving on. All right. And I feel like that's what you're doing. Okay. And I feel like your person is doing this with whoever that third party was they were with. Okay. Then we've got Camera, reminiscing, making memories, learning from the past, perception. So I feel like that's one of the things you're doing in isolation, is like thinking about stuff, thinking about, what happened in this connection, what you did, what they did. And, you're just really soul searching so you don't have to go through this again. Because I feel like this person really broke your heart. That's the way I feel. Okay. Then we've got Coffin. It's talking about new beginnings, liberation, being reborn, and transitioning, and tragic endings. So this ending was a tragedy. It had to happen for you to be able to rise from the ashes again. And like I said, if any sign can do it, it's you. Okay? All right. All right. So let's clarify the Sun now. The Sun? Yeah, so you're going through your period of healing. Okay? Don't give up on yourself. You got to heal what happened with this person so you don't take it into the next connection, because the person, you got somebody waiting. I'm telling you, you have somebody waiting on you. Okay. All right. And then we've got gift on your person's side. So they may be trying to come in some kind of way to give you some type of gift. I'm telling you, your person is going to feel you pulling your energy back. Okay. And this is what's going to cause them to balance their energy out. And they may come towards you while you're, in this state to try to drag you back into your head about them to keep you stuck in this connection. But like I said, I know better than that. I know y'all not going to let that happen. Okay. You are in this healing mode. And I feel like, just take this seriously. Focus on yourself. And forget about this. Forget about this person, because you don't deserve what it is that they did to you. The breadcrumbing and the one-sided connection, and them going off and choosing somebody else over you. You didn't deserve any of that. Okay. All right. Let me get another card for this one. The Sun, please, because like I said, you got a soulmate coming, baby. Yeah. So poker face, taking a chance, risks and options, not showing hand, gambling. So this person is wanting to come back in. I told you they're wanting to come back in, but the problem is that I still think they may be sitting in that prideful energy. So you'll know. Listen to your intuition is what Spirit is telling you, because that's what's on the bottom of this deck. Listen to your intuition and don't let this person, try to pull the wool over your eyes. But like I said, Scorpios, we know when somebody being fucking fake. That's why people don't. That's why we get such a bad rap, and people don't. Other zodiac signs. Not it ain't everybody, but some of the other zodiac signs have a problem with us because we can see through their fake asses and they don't like it. Okay. And then we've got partying, time with friends, having fun, happily single, living in the moment. This is what spirit is telling you to do. Don't isolate yourself, because I'm I'm guilty of this. I'm guilty of this. Spirit tells me all the time that I need to get my ass out of this room and go out and do things. But I know how it is when you're sitting in this type of energy. You're licking your wounds. You're trying to heal yourself. It's something that we do in the dark. That we do in the dark by ourselves. And then when it's over, we'll come out and party and have a good time and so on and so forth. But I honestly feel like this person is going to feel you retracting your energy. They're going to feel you moving on, and they're going to show up that, like I said, they may even be bringing a gift to try to distract you, to get you back into the situation you were in before, you decided to turn around and tell them, fuck you. So you got to be discerning, Scorpio. Okay. You got to realize that this person, because, if I see them coming, I got to tell you, okay, because this person is suffering in silence, and I feel like they'll do anything to get that pain to stop. Because, like I told you, if you're not in this energy with them, they are not able to feed off of your energy, and I feel like that's what they were doing, okay. And so when you turned around and you walked away, now what are they going to feed off of now? Now they have to start to look at their lives and look at the ways they fucked up, and they have to make changes, okay. So we've got perspective. A different outlook on the situation is needed, okay. Like I said, I know a lot of you may be feeling defeated, but please hold on, because you have a reward coming for turning away from this person, okay. It's not only going to just be love. You are going to be able to excel at the career of your choice, do the things that you've always wanted to do, okay. So you're going to get some rewards for turning away from this connection and leaving this motherfucker alone, okay. And they're going to get theirs. That's why I tell you, don't worry about revenge, because I know when these people do this crazy crap, that's the first thing that runs through our mind. I'm gonna get this mug. I'm gonna get their asses. But don't do it. Just let spirit do it. Because, like, for instance, mine, I turned away and left them alone, and now they're getting drugged by spirit, and they deserve every dang bit of it. Like I said, I'm not wishing nothing bad on anybody, but I don't feel bad that they're going through what they're going through, because they brought it on themselves, okay? So I'm here to tell you through experience that this person is going to get what they deserve, okay? And it's going to be way worse than anything you could do to them. That's why I said just leave it alone, because if you mess with it, it could pull it back on you, and you've gone through enough. You've gone through enough pain, enough of somebody trying to kick you, or kick you while you're down. Because like I said, I really feel like this person tried to break you, because we're strong, and there are people out there who don't like that, and they'll try to do whatever they can to, like, break you down. And I feel like, you like, fuck this shit. I don't have to put up with this. I'm a goddamn Scorpio. I don't have to deal with this BS. Because, like I said, I feel like the people that say all this crap about us is because they realize how good we are, and a lot of them aspire to be like us, because what they say. What do they say? Like, haters are like really fans or whatever. And that's what I feel like it is, because we're stronger. We're not your average bear when it comes to certain things, when it comes to situations like this, because we deal with hurt and pain on a daily basis. Like I told you, death, rebirth, and transformation, right? So don't let this pull you down, Scorpio. Don't forget who you are, okay? This is about you choosing yourself and knowing that you deserve better. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Because you're turning away from this person, better is coming. Better is on the way. But you just got to have this time to purge this twin out of your life and your soul contract. If you choose for it to be, it can be rewritten with this new person, with this soulmate, okay? You don't have to go through this with this person if that's not what you're wanting, because, like I said, Some of them are not going to be able to get it together in time. Okay. So we've got apology. It says you can expect the apology you want to hear. So like I told you, they're going to come try to apologize to you. They're going to do anything to try to distract you from going off towards this new person. Because like I said, this new person, I'm telling you from experience, this person has got all the goods. They're gonna be exactly the type of person you were expecting them to be, and you can have a happy life with this person if you choose to be with them. Okay. And then we've got passion. It says try something you've never done before. And that's spirit telling you to go towards the things that you love. Because you know what we do? You got to take that pain and transmute it. You got to take that pain and channel it into something. Because that's what I did. I took my pain and channeled it into this channel. That's why you see all these videos and all this stuff. Because I'm like, I refuse to be broken. Nobody's going to break me. That's what I tell myself when I'm upset and I was feeling bad and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, nobody is going to break me because I know who I am. And you need to remember that. You need to remember who you are, Scorpio. Okay. This too shall pass. Okay. Then we've got play hard. Spirit is saying find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. Like spend time with your friends. Go out and do something with somebody that you know that really, really loves you. Okay. Because like I said, you got some good stuff coming. It may not seem like it now because I've been where you are and I know how it feels. It just feels like almost like the end of the world, and you're just like, why the fuck I can't get this together? Why is it every relationship is just blowing up in your face and all this kind of stuff? But this was a lesson. It was something you were supposed to learn. This was a lesson about self-love. So when you're healing, pour into yourself, love on yourself. Remember, who you are, and think about all your great qualities and the things about you that your friends and your family love. Okay. Because you may be down, but you ain't fucking out. That's what I gotta say. Okay. All right. So let's get some more messages of love. We're gonna get this from spirit. Oh wait, not this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get some messages from your person. See what they want to tell you. See, look at this. See, they know. Like I told you, your person knew exactly what the hell they was doing. It was my fault, but I blamed you, right? All of this stuff, they did it. They did it. And the fact that they don't want to take responsibility for it, that to me, I'm sure if it's the same for you, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Because I'm like, if you getting like this and you acting like this over small things, what in the hell are you gonna do when something really big happens? Then we've got, I'm starting to understand our connection. And then we've got, we will be together again. But I know some of y'all are like, hell no, we won't. Because that's my answer. That's my answer to this. No, oh, hell no, we won't. But like I said, there is hope, Scorpio. Even if you feel hopeless right now, even if you feel depressed, even if you are just questioning everything, okay? Spirit is telling me to tell you that, like I said, there is love coming, and you may not want to hear that right now, like I said, because you're hurting, but keep hope alive, keep pushing forward, be that strong Scorpio you are, and before you know it, okay? Before you know it, let me tell you this. When I was going through what you were going through, right? And I had to walk away from this person, Spirit was telling me about a new person. And, I was just in that energy. Oh, I don't want to hear that. I got all these feelings for this dude, all this kind of stuff. And so when they were telling me about the new person, the more and more they were telling me about him, the more I was like, oh, okay. I was like, this is gonna be somebody that's really gonna treat me right and do me well, do me right and stuff like that. And even in the midst of me thinking about the new person, in the back of my mind, I'm still worrying about this other dude, the TF. And so I just remember telling Spirit, I say, this new person sounds like somebody really good, but I'm still caught up over this other person. And I'm the type of person, I don't like to hurt people's feelings. It doesn't matter if people hurt me or do things to me and stuff like that. I don't like it. I don't like getting hurt, but I don't like to to hurt other people's feelings. I just don't like to do that. I'm just not made like that. And so I remember just thinking, I don't want to hurt the new person's feelings because I was still so hung up on this old person. So let me tell you what happened. That night, I went to sleep, just hurting, just pain, just burning in my chest. And when I woke up the next morning, the minute I opened my eyes, I knew something had changed. I knew something had changed. And what had happened was, like I said, my old contract with the TF had been cut off, and the new one had come into play with this new person. So things can change just like that, okay? With the snap of my fingers, with the blink of an eye, things can change. So don't give up hope, okay? I'm here for you. I'm going to read for you every week, all right? And we're going to get through this together, okay? All right, I wish you nothing but the best. I love y'all. I love y'all with all I got. Just hang in there, Scorpio, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week. And I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye.